Good morning.
Hey, yo, what the?
Welcome back to another edition of Wild Wednesdays. We got our normal crew back with us this week. Veach,
Oh, yeah.
how you been?
Busy. A lot of stuff going on, personal life, a lot of stuff going on at work, a lot of stuff going on in the sports world. So trying to keep up with it all.
It's tough. There's a lot of stuff going on right now.
Yeah.
I want to start the show by thanking everyone who came out to play with us at the pond hockey tournament. One of the teams did okay, and the other team seemed to get boat raced, but it's the way she goes.
All right, I'll say this. So the team that got boat race won, Veach. We definitely could have used you.
Yeah.
Absolutely could have used you. Hey, no
I'll
worries. Wife comes first, family comes first.
Yeah.
I'll say that. However, God, we could have used your body, without a doubt. I will say the teams that we played have absolutely been playing this team or in this thing for a long time because they were shooting it from half ice and they're in. It's like, okay, playing suck hole. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, we noticed that there was the second team we played, Veach, my team. We rolled up. I kind of was a little bit of a dickhead. We had the cameras on us, and I was like,
Not you.
I was like, we're gonna beat these guys 25-1. There's no fucking chance. Well, they have been playing pond hockey for a while. We did beat them pretty significantly, but they scored, I think, 2 in the first 3 minutes, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? I'm like, we are dominating, skating circles around them. All of a sudden, the puck goes down. There's a guy standing there right into the net. I'm like, okay, we're playing this all wrong, boys.
100%. That's how it always happens at those pond hockey tournaments. It's a different style of play completely.
Yes.
And
Yep.
if you're not used to playing it, you're kind of on your own. And then
Yeah.
I was going to ask you guys how the ice actually was. Like, did it start good and turn crap?
Horrible.
Oh, it was
That's kind of what I
yeah,
figured.
it was I think our second and third game, man. Oh my god. We at one point, me and my team were like, "You know what? We're trying to move the puck too much. Skate it. You got a shot, throw it on
Yeah.
net, someone crash, and that's how we're going to play." We figured it out throughout. I mean, our first game right away, it was I show up at 8:15, late, of course. I was out with Jake the fucking night before, so
You and Jake.
yeah,
definitely.
that'll help. I basically got my skates on, skated right over there. This team was ready. I stepped over the boards and we were playing hockey. So it took us a little bit to get into it. So we dropped the first one and then ended up crushing the next 2 teams we played. But the reason we didn't advance is because that first fucking game. I mean,
Yeah.
we lost 9-6 and that just kind of shattered it. And the team we lost to, they had played pod hockey, man. Those guys were playing some good defense. You just got to know how to play pond hockey, really. It's a different
one
game.
of those things like the ice gets so chewed up because
Yes.
there's so many different people in games, and like one guy hits his blade down when he's not supposed to, or
Yep.
whatever, and that chunk is there forever.
Yep.
And it's not like those chunks disappear. They're not like
No.
running a
Yes.
zam out there.
No.
They might shovel, and like it's a half-ass shovel at best.
Yeah.
And so, you're just constantly chirping over some of the other stuff. And that's why, like you said, you're better off having minimal passing. You're not
Yeah.
going to be able to do any sort of,
Well-
tic-tac-toe stuff. It's
I
handoffs. more than
think
anything.
I realized it second period of the first game. I grab a puck behind the net. I go to wheel. I go around one guy, and I'm like, "Oh, I got space. Here we go." Well, there's a crack in the ice about an inch
Yeah.
wide. My skate went right into it, and I'm head over heels, and there
Yep.
was that.
I
I
ate
said,
shit,
"There is
too.
no chance at wheeling. I got to look at the ice." Like, Jesus.
Yeah.
You're almost better off playing like a foosball style where
Yes.
guys have set
Actually,
areas.
Yes, you're
and then
100%
you
right.
go in there.
Dude,
I mean, I thought of that night. I went, you know what? Next year, I'm going to set a guy up on the board, and we're going to ring it around to that guy, and the other guy's going to skate to the middle of the ice, and we're going to roll it just like that, and then we're going to try to
Yep.
get pucks on. It was a lot of fun, but again, both teams are kind of short. I honestly was good with 6 on my squad. We were okay, but the other guys having 5. We
felt
sent,
bad.
and
I
you know
felt
what? I feel bad because I sent him Jake from my squad, which, I mean, he showed up late to the first game.
yep. We started out with 3 guys.
Yeah.
With 3. Yeah. And Veach, the ice was so bad. There was in the last game we played, I'm skating up the left side and I hit a crack in the ice and the puck just goes over my blade and then they just go the other way and score. I'm like, whatever, dude. I
Yeah.
don't even care.
Literally in the first game, Veach, we were tied, I want to say 5-5 with this team, and we had a rush, and this kid on our squad, like, wide open net, was sliding it. The puck is sliding in. It hits a chunk of ice and it bounces over the thing. I'm like, what are we doing? No way.
Yeah,
I'm like, come on.
crazy.
No, it was a lot of fun, but ice was definitely chewed up. So
That's too bad, but I'm glad you guys had fun anyway. It looked like a great time. I saw some of the highlights, and I was keeping up with the live scores as they were updated there, and trying to, motivate the guys after I saw the score of that second game. And
yeah, I saw your text. I went, oh, the other boys are not having a good time over there.
No, we got boat race. And, like, dude, the teams weren't really better hockey players. They just knew how to play the pond hockey, without a doubt. But
100%.
But a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Let's move into stick taps and take a lap here.
Sure. Yeah. You want me to go first? Or you guys got stuff that's hot off the press?
I mean,
Go ahead, Veach.
yeah, you start.
Okay. I've got one that's not necessarily new to me. It's something that's been percolating. I've had it in the tickler file
Percolated.
for a while. Anime. I'm
Really?
not ashamed to say I'm in on anime now. I was
All right.
as a
Nerd.
young lad. Yeah. Get it out now. As a young lad, Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, like, I don't know if you want to count The Simpsons and King of the Hill. Like, I don't really think those are considered anime in the realm because they're not Japanese cartoons. Whatever.
Yu-Gi-Oh? Yu-Gi-Oh? Could you throw that?
Yeah,
in there?
I dabbled in
watched.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
I
I
watched
watched
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
I watched Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, but I kind of got away from it. As late middle school, high school, college, whatever. Didn't really keep up with it much. And then the last couple of years in the NFL, I started seeing a lot more references to anime, whether it's guys on the field or on the ice. And then TikTok came around, and I'm starting to get stuff kind of fed to me every once in a while. I'm like, what's this all about here? Like, this scene was hella cool, and they've got these professionals making edits of all this stuff, and
Sure.
it's like really enticing. And then I like jumped into Jujutsu Kaisen and One Piece. And One Piece is crazy. I'm not going to recommend anybody start that, because if you do like it, it's like 1,100 episodes.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. I'm not going to put that burden on anybody. I'm going down that path. That's my own.
It's your own decision.
Weight. Yeah, it's my own cross to bear there. But like, I would recommend some people give it a try. If you're in the same position I was, where you enjoyed it as a kid and just haven't done it or haven't dabbled in it for a while, go back, try some stuff out. Go online and see what you think you would like. Like Full Metal Alchemist, I hear great things about. Cowboy Bebop, that's older one, I hear good things about. But I haven't gone there. Just go with what's new and trending now, because you're going to see spoilers and it's going to drag you in more. And that's exactly where I am.
Dude, Cowboy Bebop sounds like a freaking awesome artist. Like a country rap artist.
Would we call Invincible an anime?
Absolutely.
Dude,
100%.
that show, it fucking drawed me in from the first episode. That show's amazing.
Another great show. I
Yeah.
didn't even add that to my list. I
Yeah.
don't know how I forgot about that one.
Oh,
Great show.
Dude, I'm
Like-
so excited for this next season coming out too. I'm like, holy shit.
Okay,
it's
I'll
so
check it
good.
out.
It's
What's
so
it about?
good.
What's it about? Give me.
Fucking,
Have
it's a
you watched The
superhero.
Boys?
Okay, I'm in.
It's
Superheroes.
yeah,
I'm
it's
in.
it's basic, yeah, The Boys, but not
The Boys,
really
but animated.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm in. I'm in.
dude, it's fucking good. It's really good.
What's it on?
Amazon Prime.
Okay, perfect. I got that.
Yeah, it's very good.
Almost everybody does now.
Yeah. My stick tap is Alex Honnold,
Yeah.
the guy that climbed that skyscraper.
Yeah.
Dude, what an absolute unit. And here's what I'm going to lead off this by saying. Everyone's like, oh, would Netflix let them do this? What if he fell? That guy was not falling.
No.
That guy's not falling. You need to watch El Cap on HBO
Yes.
Max, I believe it is. That guy was not falling. If he climbed that without a rope, that skyscraper was child's play, dude. I mean, first of all, this guy's insane. I mean, he's got
Insane.
no fear in his head. They've scanned his brain. He doesn't have fear. This guy doesn't care. He's just like, yeah, I'm 1,500 feet up on a skyscraper standing here. Oh well.
That's what I was gonna say. Is that natural PEDs for this? If you want to consider it a sport, like
Yes.
is that cheating
Yes.
in a way where you don't
Yeah.
have that fear?
Yeah, I mean, it has to
Without
be,
a
dude.
doubt. And so we talked about this on the 10K rundown yesterday. Go check it out on YouTube. But I forgot to mention he was supposed to do it the day before, but it was raining. And so I watched the entire thing, literally was sweating. But I'm totally about this because I'm afraid of heights, and for whatever reason,
Oh my God, I
watching
would've been
someone
shaking.
else do it, like, I don't know. But anyways, he was saying, like, he's wiping off his hands a bunch, and he was like, oh yeah, it's a little bit greasy. I'm like, what?
Oh, yeah.
Greasy?
I love it, dude. But this El Cap documentary that he did too, bro. Okay. So obviously when you're training to do something like this, you're tied up, you're going to have the rope attached. If you fall, it's going to catch you. This guy at one point of his climb, he's like 2,500. I don't know if it's meters or feet, whatever the fuck it was. I think it's feet.
Can't be meters.
Yeah, there's no
2,500
way.
meters
Yeah,
is-
so it's feet.
You're at the moon.
It's feet, and he's up there that high off the ground. I mean, that's 250 stories. That's a long ways up and a long ways down. There was one point where he either had to do this ninja kick to get his foot up there to hold himself so he could get his foothold and all this, or he had to leap, like physically jump and grab onto the rock. He fell every fucking time. Like every fucking time he attempted this. And then I guess on the day he did it, he's like, fuck it, I'm doing it. I don't even care. No way I fall this time. The rope was there to protect me. Now it's not. I ain't falling. Like, there's no chance.
Dude,
But he fell every time and he still did it. I'm like, this guy's insane.
You know what
Like,
that's
no
like?
fear.
That's like in the Dark Knight Rises when Batman's climbing out of the fucking
Yeah,
cylinder.
yeah.
Same thing as the rope that was holding him back.
Yeah, it's true. But no, stick taps to him. That was it's a. I don't care what anyone says. That's a fun watch. I knew he wasn't gonna fall. A lot of fun to see someone do that. That is just insane. It's insane.
Yeah,
So
it
crazy.
was captivating. It was something
Yeah.
that was like, maybe I'll tune in whatever. I was like, I'll tune in this for 5 minutes
Sure.
during a commercial break for something
Yep.
else. I didn't change the channel.
No,
until-
me either. Me either. I did the same thing. I'm like, you know what? Give me 5. I saw Sarge put it in there. I'm like, ooh. I
Yeah.
think I was watching Interstellar at the time. And I like stopped Interstellar 2.5 hours in. And if you've watched the movie, you were right at the juicy parts there. And I'm like, fuck it. I got to watch this.
It
And
was electric.
It
dude.
was electric.
Totally
So-
worth tuning in. I'm curious to see how many people tuned in, but it was must watch. It was like a NASCAR race where like you're watching and it's a lot of the same thing, but you're kind of hoping for a car crash type of deal. But I don't know. At that beach, were you watching or did you watch it all? Did you?
Yeah.
Say, okay, so right at the top when he was climbing up that little tower, did you see him just not have his arms and just was
Yeah.
holding on with his
Yeah,
legs?
he just hung on with his legs.
bear hug that,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
cylinder or whatever with his legs. Crazy.
So yeah, he's doing that for show. Like he has, I mean, just having that confidence. And I started following him on Instagram literally today. He was showing his workout, dude. So he goes up to a Smith machine, puts his hands on both of the sidebars, and then starts doing pull-ups, like with just like holding onto the sides. Guys, that is
Dude, I'm telling you.
crazy strong.
I'm telling you right now, if you have not watched that documentary on HBO, you
It's a
need to
must
watch
watch.
it. It's wild. I mean, you look at the face he climbed, and you're like, what? Like, no, what are you talking about? Like, there's a reason no one's attempted this, dude. Like, you are nuts, but he fucking did it, and to me, 10 times more impressive than what he just did.
Yeah.
I mean, people call it the greatest feat in human history, climbing that thing with no fucking rope. I mean, that's straight out of like you mentioned, a superhero movie. No one should be able to do that. Like, no one.
Totally agree.
No.
All right, Sarge, enough about rock climbing.
All
What do you
right.
got?
My stick taps go to my mommy and daddy who gave me and some of the 10K guys tickets to the Wild Hawks game. So shout out them. Did not go my way. We can get into
usual.
it.
And
Literally,
Per
the
usual.
Wild are the Hawks' daddy, and I hate every second of it. Great video, great content. But yeah, shout out to them. Just a quick one.
Oh,
but
we're going to
thank
get
you
into that
guys.
game.
Yep. So yeah, we can move on here. Just want to give them a shout out. Shout out Jack and Mary Jean. You guys rock.
Yeah. Shout out to you guys.
oh, great names. The combo of both.
Yeah,
of them.
it's amazing.
They're also my roommates.
Wow. Yeah.
All right, take a lap, Veach. Let's hear it.
Take a lap. In reference to last night's game and many other games this year and in recent history, NHL shootouts. This is not the first time that I've ragged all them on this show. It's not the first time or the last time I'll do it. I hate them. I am so sick of them. The lack of effort,
Oh my god.
seemingly, from some of these guys is insane. And I know it's all calculated. I know like there's a whole mental warfare science behind not giving away a face and like trying to do anything and trying to look like you're super relaxed. I don't care. Give me the 90s shootout. Give me Yzerman. Give me Fedorov. Give me all of the Red Wings from that era. That was the peak of shootouts. But give me a wind-up slap shot from
Yeah.
the hash marks. Like, give me something I can be excited about. I'm sick of this calculated, wait for the goalie to push, put it between his stick and his pushing leg on the left side or right side if he's a goofy guy.
I mean,
I just want excitement.
Kaprizov last night didn't even know what he was going to do, and then he just fucking
Oh.
shot the puck and scored, which is funny
Well-
because I relate to I like actually relate to that. When I do a shootout now, I know I'm not playing hockey like I used to, but it's like
Yeah.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm skating down the ice. I'm like, well, maybe I'll go backhand here, and then I get down there. I'm like, ain't going backhand. Well, it looks like I'm going forehand. Oh, well, goalie's got me stuffed. So there's that. But when I was a kid, I feel like going into a shootout, I'd put in my head, I go, nope, forehand, backhand, forehand, and I'd do it. And it would work most of the time. But yeah, they are so boring, honestly. Last night, 1 goal. We had 1 goal out of 6 shooters. Like, come on. I know the goalies were good young goalies, but I want to see some scoring, man.
100%.
Dude, and I would even go as far as to say that like 3-on-3 now is not even the same.
It's not.
No.
It's not. It's all about puck possession and
Yep.
going for the 80+% shots and chances. And if you don't have that, nobody's letting the puck go. And I'm just
No.
like, this is silly. They need to, at a bare minimum, they need to make it like the over and back roll. And I don't know if we talked about it on here or a different show, where the red line is once you cross the red line in 3-on-3, you cannot come back.
I like
until
it.
you
I
lose.
like it. I
Well,
love
and-
that.
And they should enforce the lacrosse rule. I don't know if you guys have played lax, but in the box. So
Yeah.
at a certain
Yeah.
point that you have to stay in the box. It should be inside the blue line. Once you go into the blue line, you come back out, instant face off.
Sure.
I don't know what else to do because it's
I like
just
the
not
red line
same.
thing. You just can't cross that red line. If you do, puck possession
That-
goes
that-
to the other squad behind the
yeah.
net and restart. I know it sounds silly, and I know it sounds like fucking pond hockey, a bunch of random dudes playing, but they need to fix it. This shit is so boring half the time. They're just
Yeah.
pirouetting out of the zone to skate back into their zone, and then 2 guys get on the ice. They're doing the same damn thing. The same damn thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And
When
yeah,
they first did 3-on-3, it was electric.
yeah, because
Like,
they
oh.
didn't have
It
all
was
this
all offense.
Yeah, yeah.
They didn't have
Odd man rushes both ways. It's like that's how it should be. That's fun to watch.
Yeah.
And I get playing some defensive. You want to get that extra point, but
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I get having possession. That makes a ton of sense. But like when you're not even generating a shot for 2.5 minutes when there's 6 total skaters on the ice
Yeah.
is ridiculous. It's not fun to watch.
and guys, we are overtime experts. Okay, we've watched our Wild play in the fucking overtime period so many times this year. I think it's 20 or 21 at this point. Like,
I have a stat on that later.
Okay.
I was gonna
Perfect.
Say,
I was
speaking.
hoping.
I was just say speaking of stats. Remember your stat that you looked up earlier? You know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about? Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say good,
Yeah.
good. I'm gonna take. Oh wait, is it? Are you,
it's to me, but
oh yeah, it's you. Go
mine
ahead,
is quick.
sorry. Yeah. go
I
ahead.
want to take a lap MLB baseball. So let me get this straight. The Dodgers now can throw all this money at Kyle Tucker. So their roster is essentially a fucking all-star team at this point.
Yeah.
And
No, it
it's
is.
it's so lame. It
Lame.
is so lame. The Twins today made a trade. And I was like, ooh, we traded Eddie Julian. Who do we send him to? I don't fucking know this guy. This guy is somebody I've never heard of. I know he's an up-and-coming pitcher, but I'm like, what are we doing? So the middling teams of the league just are trading prospects and trading not useless,
You know
but
how many
trading bottom of the
up-and-coming
barrel players.
pitchers-
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know how many up and coming pitchers I've
Exactly.
heard of the Twins? Like,
Exactly.
oh, this is going to change the franchise.
Yeah.
20 years
Yeah.
of this.
Yeah. It's such a joke, dude.
I said it at the end of last year. I'm not a Twins fan anymore until the Pohlads sell. I am a Brewers fan. I
There you go.
identify as a Brewers fan, lifelong Brewers fan for the last.
Well, even the
like,
Brewers traded Johnny Peralta out the door to the Mets. It's like, what are we doing here? Stop
Yeah.
giving these teams all these players. The Mets don't deserve that. They don't deserve it. They spent almost $1 billion or whatever it was, and they didn't even make the playoffs. Yet we're going to ship them more guys. It's like, this is such a fucking joke. Baseball's so lame, man. So lame.
And dude, and I do love the Twins and I do love baseball.
I
but
love
yeah,
baseball.
this is just so lame. And it is this not the absolute sign to the Pohlads? Like, hey, maybe if you fucking spent the money that you have on your team, you would make money.
Yeah.
Well,
God.
here's the thing, though, and I hate that I'm defending the Pohlads, but it's not just the Pohlads. It's
No.
basically
It's a lot of them.
90% of MLB teams. It's like nobody can compete with the Dodgers and the money that they're spending now because they've already reaped the benefits of it and they're making all of that money back in merch and endorsements and everything else
Correct.
for their players that they can say, oh, we're this massive market team. We know we're going to the World Series and there's an 80% chance we're going to win it next year again. So you're going to take a pay cut, which they don't really take that much of a pay cut, but they're all happy to go there and it's a big market and all these other, different things anyway. And so it's like, yeah, we can't really compete with that. So why would we?
Which is funny.
And I understand that, but like that's what makes baseball unwatchable now.
Yeah.
Is the regular season doesn't matter. You're just waiting to see who LA is going to play in the World Series.
Yeah. My buddy I play softball with, he is a Dodgers fan, legit Dodgers fan, been a fan for a while. But I texted him the other day. I'm like, what a fucking joke, dude. I'm like, seriously, Kyle Tucker? He goes, you know, it's not that it's unfair, but I don't like the move because I'm not a huge fan of Kyle Tucker. I'm like, shut the hell up, dude. Like, get the hell out of here, dude. What do you mean? Oh, I'm not a fan of this guy that's, you know, been a perennial all-star. Shut up. Yeah, you are. Okay, you're going to be just fine with Kyle Tucker when he's leading you to another World Series. So, yeah, take a lap, MLB baseball. Sarge, what do you got?
All right, I am shocked you guys didn't have this take a lap. But my take a lap is to the referees last night in the Wild Hawks game. I mean, as a Hawks fan, I loved it, but they're another take a lap is the Blackhawks fucking power play. That's a whole other story. We don't need to get into it.
Boldy was a machine on the on the two he was able to play.
Yeah,
I was gonna say he was in the box. For
Yeah,
two of them, wasn't
but
he?
no, dude, the two he was not in the box for, dude.
Absolute
One man
beast.
killing machine.
Yeah,
that-
just infuriating to fucking watch as a Hawks fan. But dude, so they've missed a blatant high stick
Oh my
with
God.
like 3 minutes left on Hartman. I mean, just terrible. They had a holding call on Spurgeon that is the softest call I've seen in quite some time. And then in the overtime, the Blackhawks had 4 guys on the ice for like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
The crowd's going crazy. The refs don't do anything. And like
Faber gets a stick right to the fucking nose and teeth area. He's bleeding all over the ice, and the refs are like, they go to meet about it. Yeah, sorry, I didn't see it. What the fuck are you watching? The puck's right there. The puck is right there.
And what's crazy, guys, is during the TV timeout, they had the ice crew come and scrape off the blood.
Yeah, I don't doubt it, dude. I mean, there's multiple spots of blood on the ice. Faber's nose is just gushing blood. I'm like, okay. What?
Yeah.
Dude.
Just I mean, like, and as a ref, you definitely have bad days, but like, there's 4 of you guys out there, and the linesmen can't call a penalty, but they can blow the whistle and be like, hey, by the way, you missed this. They can do that.
Yeah.
So, and then
Our crowd was hilarious, dude. We scored the game-tying goal, and right after that, they go right back to ref, you suck. I'm like,
Yep.
oh my God, that's
Yes,
so
they did.
amazing. We literally tied the game, and it's ref, you suck.
yeah, just a bad performance by all of them. I mean, really, just like I don't know. That's a
Well,
tough.
Veach, were you watching late in the game?
Dude, I was watching. I didn't catch the first period. Which
Okay.
Thankfully, I didn't catch the first period.
Yeah,
because
ugly.
It was a disaster. I saw them down. I think it was too early, and then I was just like, all right, well, I have to tune in later. I had to put the baby to bed and everything else. But like, what I wanted to say was in overtime when they had that missed penalty and the crowd was going absolutely bananas. I was just like, oh, the Wild are going to score here and win this game.
Yeah.
And because like there is just too much energy in the crowd for it not to happen, and it did. And I was just like, I could just see it coming, and I loved it.
Dude, there's multiple people. God, I wish I knew what side it was on, but I'm blanking. There are 3 dudes in the corner. Every time the ref skated by, they're all standing up and fucking yelling and pointing. You could see them clear as day, just like banging the glass. So good. I'm like that guy the whole game skating by him, and they're just letting him have it.
Good.
Yeah, they deserved it. That was a poor effort on their part last night. But let's move into the recap. A lot of 4-3 overtime games, boys. I mean, it's like I think we looked it up before this. 4 of the last 6 for sure, and before that, there's even more 4-3 games we played in. They're all 4-3 overtime games. It's wild, pun intended, to see. Like it really is.
So here's the stat I wanted to bring up earlier.
Yes, I can't wait.
Talking about overtime, talking about wins and points and everything else. The Minnesota Wild are an impressive team this year. They have a legit chance at making a serious run. They're probably going to make a couple more trades here, or at least one more to kind of bolster their offense. And we'll see what that ends up being. There's some speculation. Doesn't matter. The stat right now is they are 3rd overall in the NHL in terms of points to this point in the season. Yes, some people have games in hand, whatever. They have 19 regulation wins.
What?
19
Yeah, they're
regulation wins.
even with the Jets.
The Winnipeg Jets,
Yeah.
29th in the NHL, have the same amount of regulation wins
See,
as the Minnesota Wild.
I'm glad you brought that up. Brett Marshall on Twitter, he had a he broke it down pretty fucking nicely. If you follow him, you can go check it out. But he has basically, if you took away overtime, the loser point they call it, the Wild would be 8th in the league right now. And it changes on its head a little bit. I mean, Carolina would be way up there, even though they are. Dallas drops back a little bit. But like I said, I can't explain the whole thing to you. You just have to go look for yourself. But it is kind of wild to see like what teams would be in the playoffs, what teams would be out. Nothing really changed with the Wild for some reason because they've won enough of these games, so they'd get the 2 points anyway. But it's still kind of, I don't know. I really am not too concerned about it at this point because the way I look at it, if you're scoring 3 to 4 goals a game, going into the postseason, that is much more than the Wild are used to scoring. I mean, we've won some 1-0 OT games, 2-1 OT games in the playoffs. Like, they got to score goals, and I like that they're putting 3 goals in the net a game. That's good to see.
The old Minnesota Wild and how they were constructed was, we're going to win this game 2-1, and we're going to do it with like 13 shots on net.
Sure.
And that's just not the way that they are now. Thankfully, it's a much more fun style of play to watch, and I think the NHL media and everybody else that comments on the NHL would agree and has agreed with that as well. And it's not just Quinn Hughes, although it's a massive help. It is every other piece. Boldy being, almost just as good, if not better, than Kaprizov on some nights. And then Zuccarello, and everything is kind of going well when people are healthy. And, we're getting the solid calls against Ecker. And so I'm excited about it. The one thing I would say is I'm not sure if it gives me more or less confidence that the Wild have been able to pull out wins in overtime here. Yes, it sounds stupid to say less because it's just like, it's high pressure situation and the Wild are winning. That can translate to, wins in high pressure situation in the postseason. Yes, but are they losing that edge? Are they becoming too comfortable in these situations where they no longer have like the same fire that somebody that isn't there, every other night in terms of games that they might have?
Well, it's 5-on-5 in the playoffs, man. So it changes the game a little bit. You're not winning 3-on-3. I mean, 3-on-3, you win the opening faceoff. You got Kaprizov, Boldy, and Hughes out there. It's like, okay, not a lot of pairs of 3 in the league that are going to compete there.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously there's some, but like that's a pretty damn good one.
Yeah,
pretty damn good one.
My butthole was real tight when I saw them come out. I'm like, oh fuck,
dude, Hughes is unreal. Watching that guy, we knew he was very good. But watching him on a nightly basis, such a pleasure. He is such a good player. His offensive prowess is unreal. He played well defensively last night. I was watching him in the defensive zone. He was playing pretty well. I mean, yes, there's some lapses here and there, but there's a couple plays on Bedard. I was like, that's a good play right there. I mean, it's both sides of the ice. It's fun to watch.
Yeah. But I mean, like, it depends on how you are going to look at these close games. Like, if they're giving up goals at the end, but if they're coming back like they did last night, then it's an encouraging sign.
Yes, absolutely. It does show a little bit of resiliency that I have not seen and has not been present with the Wild in the past. So knowing that they have the capability to do that is awesome. That being said, I don't want them to go down 3-0 very often.
No, I don't either.
No, and some are saying that's the new worst.
Jake said that for years.
I won't get on board with that.
No, I'm not either. I agree with you there. It's like 2 goals, you can see it. You get 1 back, and it's a 1-goal game, and then you're playing hot. A 3-goal, it's like you need 2 before you're even thinking about, like, okay, we're back in this thing.
100%.
So, well, the first game on the recap will be Wild Red Wings. A very fun game. Kaprizov absolutely snips it in OT. That shot was, oh my God, dude. Yeah. I mean, that thing, it spun back into the net. It hit the fucking net, hits the ice, and it spins into the net again. I'm like, wow. That was a wicked wrister there.
I will say I saw that, and I was just like, damn, this just makes the pucks that we use for old man hockey on Sundays look that much worse because there is no ribbing or texture on the outside of those whatsoever. No. So to get any spin on them, it is impossible. So I'm just like, it'd be sick to play with an NHL puck for once. But yeah, I don't know how you can look at that and be like, this isn't a top 5 player in the league.
I know. You were on last week. I was mentioning tweets that I've been reading, and people are like, Kaprizov not playing too well this year. I'm like, okay, Yeah, sure. Is he's not game breaking all the time like he normally is. And well, how does he respond to those? Just player of the week last week, fucking 12 points in 3 games. It's like,
Is that good?
yeah, is that good? Or 12 points in 4 games, whatever it was. The guy had 3 goals, 9 assists. Like, come on, guys. Just shut the fuck up. Like, good God.
In that Detroit game, it was Kaprizov and Zuki. Did they have all 4 goals? I think it was both of them, each 2.
Yep.
And then Hughes had at least 3 assists
Yeah.
as well. And he might have had all assists on all 4. I don't know if he got a secondary one.
Been a couple games he's done that, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, all right, well, Hughes is already the tied for, if not the leader in 3 assist games for the Wild, and he's been here for a month and a half.
Are you kidding? God, this guy rocks.
Dude, and he's smiling. Like, I don't know if you saw the practice picture. Guy is just cheesing. I'm like, okay, he might be happy to be here a little bit.
Yeah, I do wonder, and there's been a couple of these videos I've been seeing around. I do wonder how the conversation in the locker room went before the game actually started after warmups when he slipped on the pucks.
That was so good.
I was like, oh shit, it looks like he hit his head there.
Yeah.
And he must not have, or if he did, it wasn't as hard as it looked on the ice. But it was just like, that's why they've got the helmet rule in the NHL now. And there's going to be a lot of conversation about, controlling the loose pucks, if you will, during those warmups, because you cannot have that cause an injury to a player like Hughes.
I also want to pump the tires a little bit on Damon Hunt, our boy Damon Hunt.
Sure.
He has been playing some good hockey, man. Good to see him healthy, staying in the lineup. He's looked pretty solid for us. I think he's played himself into a nice little role because we know Brodin ain't going to be back for a while. Bogosian will be back here soon, but Juracek's definitely the odd man out there. So
I was just going to say, I've seen worse, and it's probably Juracek.
Yeah. What a bummer. But at least, we traded him a first for him, but we got the guy that we traded in the trade to him, and now he's playing good hockey and replacing Juracek when eventually we get healthier. So I think it worked out just fine.
100%.
Moving on down, unless you got anything else from that game.
No, I was just going to say that January 24th game against the Florida Panthers, this is one of the 3-4-3, 3-4 games.
Yep.
Did not go the way of the Wild. They were able to get that extra point by taking it to overtime there, but ended up losing it in OT.
It was another good hockey game, though. I mean, boys played fine. Florida's kind of a little scrappy team. They're getting healthier now. Obviously, they've won back. Yeah, they've been back-to-back cup champs.
I was just about to say that.
But they've been so injured this year, and they haven't been able to get rolling a little bit. But that game against the Wild, they looked like the Florida Panthers that we're used to, and I was kind of like, bummer. I was kind of hoping we were getting this year's version of the injured Panthers, but that was not the case. They were playing some good hockey.
I do wonder, when you get a guy like Bogo back and you get a little bit more physical presence on the ice, if that changes the tone of the game and becomes more even from a physicality standpoint.
Sure.
And I know that, that's not all that the Wild are. They've got that high-end scoring talent with Boldy and Kaprizov and, the back-end Faber, Hughes, whatever. But, if you've got, an enforcer, if you want to call him that, a bigger body that's kind of imposing and, seasoned at the very least, if that changes the tone, if it's a 1-goal switch, that's all they would need to come out on top of a game like that.
Yeah, I mean, when you got 2 rats on the same team that are both playing the same way, it gets a little tough out there. It gets a little tight in the corners, and obviously we brought it to OT. And here's the thing about the overtime. I know people are getting annoyed with it. Our caption for this is we're over overtime, but I will always take 1 point in any hockey game. So you get a point, you're doing pretty well. I mean, I've mentioned it 1,000 times. Dallas, a couple years back, they went to 1 million overtime games, and they went to the conference finals. Don't think it's going to affect them too much down the stretch.
No.
Plus, you get a nice little month break. So, well, for some of the guys.
Some of them.
Now, Jojo gets to go play for Sweden. So
good
that's
for him. He deserved it, honestly.
I was going to say, with this, and it would only affect it every 4 years, do you think more people are going to construct their teams the same way the Wild have and just load them up with Russians, where they're just like, they get a full month off?
We were talking about that a little bit. I mean,
great point.
It's here's the thing. I think it's going to help Kaprizov, and this is where I get excited about Kaprizov. We've seen so many years where he is hot throughout the year. And yeah, he did pretty good last postseason, but he kind of fell off towards the end of that series. What I'm hoping for is he's saving a little bit of that. We get to the postseason, that guy is a man unchained, and he is ready to roll. So
yeah, we just got to get Winnipeg off of our schedule a month before the playoffs.
That's
starts,
so
and then
true,
we can
too.
body slam him.
Yeah. That is a very concerning point that you make there, because it seems to always be Winnipeg. Stanley falling on top of them. I mean, it always seems to be something. So
Yeah, that's a big ass dude too.
That's
Yeah.
a big guy.
Well, last game of the week was a very, very, very fun one. I know Sarge is probably feeling himself. They're up 3-0. He's like, we're
100%.
finally going to beat them in regulation for the first time in 7 seasons. 2019, man. That's wild.
Isn't that fucking insane?
It's insane. Because I remember the first year we swept them. It was right after they bounced us from the postseason. The year before, and I'm like, nice. Yeah, we showed them. And now it's just been like, okay, you guys ever going to beat us again?
Yeah,
Like,
thank God the Hawks are coming into town. It's a guaranteed fucking
Yeah.
dub. It's bullshit, dude. And both these games
Yeah,
that happened, the Wild, to their credit, showing serious resiliency and just battling back and fucking winning the game. They looked so bad in that first period. I'm like,
it was
let's
brutal.
fucking go.
It was brutal in the first. And like
Yeah.
you said, both games this year, Wild have been down 2 goals, 3 in the last
three,
one.
both times 3. So it was
Wow.
4-1
Wow.
at the United Center. Like that game was even more of an ass whooping. They were fucking
Yeah, they were-
bringing it to them.
yeah.
This game was a little bit tighter. Like the first period, the Wild had all their shots were very like on the perimeter, like not dangerous chances whatsoever. And then all of a sudden, it just started getting a little bit like, oh god, I could see the writing
Wally
on the wall.
wants at least one of those goals back from.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but he locked it down though. I mean,
Absolutely.
after the fact, he made some big saves to keep that game within reach for the Wild. And one thing about the Wild is you don't want them to get hot. As soon as
No.
those guys start getting hot, moving the puck, cycling in the offensive zone, getting it deep and playing their game, man, they are tough to beat.
You know what it was? Is their penalty kill gave them so
Yeah.
much momentum. Like Boldy, dude, God
he was
damn,
unreal in his
he
2
is
kills.
just such a good fucking hockey
Yeah, he
player,
is.
man. I would be absolutely thrilled to have him on your team.
Well,
It makes me want to switch to a full on, aggressive penalty kill where you're
Yeah.
in people's faces instead of playing that structured,
Yes.
good, solid, a box or triangle if you 2 men down. I would much rather give up, a guy in the back end there 1 in every 5 opportunities, and that's going to suck when it happens. But like, I see it in UMD this year, and I hate to relate, professional hockey to college hockey, but that's why their penalty kill is so successful. Is they get in everybody's faces instantly, and they make them panic. And
Well,
it's
how
just
many pro teams do that we play against? And it's
Yeah.
like,
Dude,
oh my god,
so-
dude, why aren't we doing this?
So believe it or not, the Blackhawks have the #1 power play, and it's because they are so aggressive. So like Mikheyev, who is a fucking speedster, and Jason Dickinson are just on your ass. Like you get it on the sideboards, man. They're right there, causing turnovers, and they have like I believe they're top 10 in the league in shorthanded goals as well. But I mean, their penalty kill is like one of their strongest points, which I rather have a better penalty kill than a power play, in all honesty, because the Hawks take a shit ton of penalties, unless they
Not
have the
last
rest
night. Not unless
Last-
you
they
got
did-
4 blind
take a
mice
shit-
out there.
They did take a exactly. They did take a shit ton of penalties. They just weren't called for whatever fucking reason.
The high
but-
stick to Hartman in the teeth. I was like,
Insane.
what are we doing? Come
Insane.
on.
But
And then you call one at OT on us. I'm like, good God, man. All right.
that was that.
It was. No, it was
tripping, for
100%.
sure.
It 100% was a penalty. But, guys, there were other penalties that you guys have missed the
Without
whole
a doubt.
fucking game.
Without a doubt. But yeah, no, but Boldy, dude, holy balls, man. I was so impressed with him last night. I thought he was the best player on the ice last
Well, yeah,
night.
he was very good last night. And that's a player right there that he's only growing every year, and he's locked up for a while. So this is...
It's a value contract.
Yeah, clearly, biggest part of the next year for the Wild is going to be locking down Quinn Hughes and making sure he's in town for the next 4, 5, 6 seasons, if not more. Obviously, I'd want him for more, but whatever you can do to lock him down, so we can get 3 to 4 good runs before Kaprizov's in his 30s. Be huge.
Good luck getting anybody for more than 6.
Right. especially in this landscape with the NHL, seeing how much money. I mean, look at Boldy, for example. He signed that 7-year deal. Now he's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, God, I'm worth so much more than that. But
Yeah.
is what it is. You guys want to move along?
Yeah, let's do it.
Next week for the Wild. Flames tomorrow. Oilers on Saturday. And Canadians Monday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oilers scary.
It could be worse. I'll tell you, it could be worse. And here's why I'll say that. Oilers are scary.
They're also playing like shit.
They're playing like crap. They're
Yeah.
5-3-2 in their last 10, which, not bad. There's a lot worse you could do. But the Wild are 2-0 against them this year, outscoring them 6-2
Yeah.
in those 2 games. None
Not
of them
not
were
having
one goal.
Brodeen. That's gonna
Yeah.
be big. That's the McKinnon, McDavid kind of kryptonite, if you want to call it that. I know he's still a point per game player against us, but he does a lot more damage against other teams. So
Yeah. The thing that the Wild have over Edmonton, it's not scoring. It might be defense, but it's goaltending, and that's what basically anybody can say over Edmonton. It's just like
they make that
goaltending.
pointless trade, that absolutely pointless trade with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, you just need to be a slightly better defensive team and have a good goalie with like competent offensive players. And the Wild have more than that in all 3 facets.
Yeah.
So I think I do like their chances in a 7-game series against Edmonton. I like that a hell of a lot more than I do against a Florida or a Tampa Bay even.
Yeah.
Or I'm trying to think of who else is built like a more physical team that can wear them down. But Carolina, throw them in there as well. They got skill too. But starting from the top there, Calgary
beat them in regulation, for fuck's sake, guys. Come on.
Yeah,
Jesus.
1-1 against them this year, and they're
Yeah.
the 30th team in the NHL.
Yeah.
It's similar to Winnipeg in how they play them. It just seems like the game script does not matter for how the teams have been going into it.
True.
But they're having a rough go over right now. 3-5-2 in their last 10. Luckily, it's at home for the Wild, and so it's just another one where it's like, all right, well, hopefully our guys can go into it tomorrow and be like, hey, we're kind of top dogs, tough shit right now, and we can take it to this team, and I need them to do it in convincing fashion, just for my own sanity.
Just got to get it done, man. They got to, I mean, here's the thing. With bad teams, you need to find a way to beat them in regulation. You need to find a way to beat them by multiple goals. So, I guess the multiple goal thing doesn't matter all that much, but find a way. Let's go beat the brakes off someone, I mean, they have more than enough talent to do it, so just go do it. I know Dustin Wolf's a good goalie. I don't know if he's going to be playing tomorrow, but, either way, find a way to get her done. Be good on the power play. Don't let them score any power play goals, and I think we'll be just fine.
Yep, agreed.
Well, we talked Oilers a little bit. Then I guess we could do Predators too. It's next Wednesday. We'll be recording as that happens, but that'll be the last game before this little hiatus before the Olympics. But before them, it's the Canadians, which we just played an awesome game with about a week and a half ago there. That was a lot of fun. 4-3, goal Caulfield. I mean, truly, they did dominate us for most of the game.
I was going to say, that wasn't a lot of fun.
But it was fun having the Wild fight back again, showing some fights, showing that they can, even when they're not at their best, they can still, they should have taken them to OT. I know we get it done in not OT, but I would have taken overtime that night. But that's going to be another fun one. I think Canadians are a good hockey team, and it gives us a good test before this little break. So
100%. They've got scoring up and down the roster there. It's not just one guy, and they play a tough style to play against. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Montreal make it back to the playoffs. And I don't see them being in the conference finals or anything, but I could see them making a nice little run anyway.
What a fun arena they have too. I know we're not playing there,
Dude,
but
that's on my bucket list, man. I want to go to the Bell Center.
Yeah.
Veach.
Veach, you're freezing up on us here.
We might be. God damn it. He froze.
No,
he's not. He's not frozen. Your face is frozen.
Your face is frozen.
What the fuck is going on with this goddamn software?
Okay, well, if I'm ugly on there, whatever. As long as you can hear the audio.
Well, we can hear.
Yeah.
The last game is the Predators. Predators, I mean, they've been playing a little better. They're still not great, but it's another game that should be a get-right game before you have a nice little hiatus. You send the boys off to play in Italy, I believe it is, right? That's where the Olympics are.
Yep.
Yeah, so send the boys off in a good way. I'm hoping they can. I'm really hoping over this next stretch of 4 games they can find a way to win 3 of them because it seems like they can. So
Hey, Veach, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Can you exit out and come back in and see if
Yeah,
that
yeah.
works?
yeah, all right.
Oh, this
This
is
is
just
gone. I'm
ridiculous.
gonna
God,
perform.
Why does this fucking happen? Hey, everyone that's tuning in, stick with us. We'll just ramble on here for a second. We're having some technical issues. He's back. He's back.
He's back.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I don't know what that was, but that was making me nervous. Maybe it didn't freeze. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
We're
perfect.
good. We're good. So yeah, end with the Predators. They're playing a little better, but they're still not, great hockey team. They have found a way to. I'm pretty sure they beat us this year. I want to say
I think they did. And what I was going to say for this game was, is this going to be the front office taking a look at the center depth for the Preds and say, do we need one of these?
Yeah.
Are they still playing to a level? Do they
Hey,
have?
O'Reilly's looking good, man.
I know.
He's looking
He's
real
a wild
nice.
legend.
Yeah. Well, I picked him up in fantasy hockey like 3 weeks ago. And dude, he's been a machine since. I mean, every night you're seeing the alert. Oh, goal, Ryan O'Reilly, assist, Ryan O'Reilly. I'm like, this guy's got like 30 assists and 18 tucks. Like,
Yeah.
still playing at a good level. That'd be a dream come true if they found a way to get Ryan O'Reilly center in that top line. I mean, that gives you 2 fuck you attitude centers at the top of that lineup, and that's huge. That's really
One
big.
thing I'll say is I don't know, and I love Ryan O'Reilly. I love everything about him. I think he's been a great hockey player for a very long time. That being said, I don't know that he's fast enough to keep up with that line to have them operate the way that they want to operate.
Well, him and Zuki would get along. I mean, Zuki ain't
Yeah.
the fastest skater. That's the thing. I mean, it would be he is the skating, yeah, but I think on a line with Zuccarello, he can slow it down enough. I don't think.
And he's going to be in the right spot. That would be
Yep.
my argument. He's one of those players that has been able to adapt as his career's gone on. I wouldn't be too worried about it, to be honest.
If you
It's
can
definitely
win face-off
something-
and get us possession,
Yeah,
Correct.
It's definitely something to look at, though, for sure. I mean, a guy like we talked about, Kadri might be a guy that the Flames are looking to move. That would be another one. I mean, he's a damn good center, and he's another guy with fuck you attitude, and I think
Yes.
that's huge in the postseason. And the Wild, yeah, they have some guys that play with that, but not a whole lot. Not a
I
whole
think
lot.
he would command more,
For
and
sure.
maybe this is crazy than a Ryan O'Reilly in a
For
trade
sure.
scenario.
For sure.
Oh,
So it's all things that
so.
they're looking at. I know Guerin, he's doing his due diligence on this, and
yeah.
I'm hoping we find the right guy because I'm waiting for it. Like it's gonna happen. They're going to get somebody for the top 6. Like
Now,
it's gonna happen.
so we've been seeing some rumors about
I don't like him.
one of the attendees getting moved
Yeah.
on the Wild. Would it be worth it?
It depends on who it is. but
Right.
It would have to be a name. It wouldn't have to be like Quinn Hughes level, National Hockey League landscape altering trade.
Yeah.
But it would need to be a pretty big name to kind of sway me in that direction. And this is 100% me backpedaling and switching positions from where I was earlier this year on this, podcast show, whatever, where I said we have an opportunity to get rid of one of our bonus goaltenders. Right now, I think they kind of build off of each other in terms of the way that they're playing, and they want
true.
to be better just because they know, hey, there's a hell of a player sitting on the bench right now who's going to get a shot in 2 games, and I want to show that I'm still capable of coming back into this role when it's my turn.
And I'm glad you mentioned that because I did see it too. Wild fans just are so funny sometimes. There was a Wild fan, I can't remember who it was, but they're like, you can't trade a goalie because you absolutely have to have 2 goalies in today's NHL. I'm like, okay, tell that to Jake Ottinger down there in Dallas. Okay, tell that to half of the fucking goalies that end up winning cups. It's like they're not on a damn timeshare, guys. I mean, I get it. Don't get me wrong. It's a great thing to have. But it's not going to be the end of the world.
Durkin, there's plenty of examples.
Plenty
that are
of guys, yeah.
dominating time in that.
Yeah, and I don't know if Philip Gustafson's never shown that, so he's always had a guy sharing the time. I don't know if the Wild have anyone. I mean, who's their goalie at the Havla? I can't even pronounce his name, dude. He's
I have to hear it before I even want to give it a shot.
similar stats to what Wallstead had in the AHL with a similar team. So it's like they'll still have something. I mean, they're not going to have a bum playing behind Jesper or not Jesper, Gus. But
What do you mean? They got Connor Beaupre in practice.
yeah,
every
that's
day.
true. Hey, Connor's a stud, dude. I mean, he's a 10K legend playing goalie for us. You know,
Yeah,
I'm pretty
He
sure
bugged for a while, for those
he
that don't.
he handled the puck better in that Minnesotan Cup than half of our skaters did.
Correct.
100%. Dude, he was dangling guys behind the net.
He was too. He was. Oh, that's so good to see. Veach, I'm ready for some college puck talk.
Yeah.
I don't want you to
All
get
right.
cut off again.
No, college hockey. I'm gonna try and keep my eyes on the screen here, so if I do freeze or it gets cut off, I'll actually know I can stop talking. But
Yeah,
first
if
and
you guys
foremost-
didn't know, when that happens, Veach ends up talking about college hockey by himself for about 30
Oh, dude,
minutes
I
after.
full screen my screen here. I can't even see you guys. Like the last time I opened up my phone after I was done talking and you guys didn't say anything. and
He's
I had
like,
a
these guys are
message from-
quiet. These guys
Dude,
are
I had a
fucking
message from
quiet.
10 minutes ago is what it said. I was like, oh, this is brutal.
Oh, that's
Anyway.
amazing.
College hockey, the hot news that's going around right now as of today. I think the Chicklets guys, or Game Notes guys, technically broke it that Oklahoma State, the Cowboys, announced that they plan to go D1
Sick.
with a full arena rendering and jerseys, and they've had great jerseys for a very long
Yeah,
time.
Yeah.
as a
OSU
club
has,
team.
yeah.
By 2030. And so everybody is very excited about that. It brings hockey back, to the South. There's no
Yeah.
more Alabama Huntsville.
Yep.
So it would be the first one to kind of go, below the Mason-Dixon, if you will. Arizona doesn't count for a very long time. And so it does make me excited. I think it would be a great, first step in expanding the reach of college hockey, if you will. The couple areas of pause that I've got is they would have to be an independent for a while because I don't think
Yeah.
anybody would pick them up right away. And the most logical one, because they're the most Western, would be the NCHC.
Yep.
And they have had quite a bit of problems in the past in terms of who they would let in and not. A lot of it has to do financially. I don't think Oklahoma State would have a problem with that, the same way that Minnesota State has in the past,
Sure.
which that's why their application was denied, I think twice.
Sad, really.
Well, yeah, for some people. But they would have to play independent for a while until they got somebody to pick them up, which is fine. There's plenty of independent teams that have proven their worth. I think Alaska, I think 2 years ago, was right on the bubble. They were the last team out of the playoffs, and that was just because they didn't have a postseason tournament to play in, which the independents have since addressed, and they do have their own tournament, which isn't a conference tournament because it's not a conference,
Sure.
but it's independents kind of arranged to play one another. The other problem I see is that we were promised this 10 years ago by another D1 program that has, I don't want to say infinite money, but a very large alumni base in Illinois. And that was a team that was much more centrally located, has a natural hockey, hotbed in it with local teams and a lot of really talented players coming out of the state and everything else. And they weren't able to make it work. And so I don't want to be, Mr. Poopy Pants peeing in people's Cheerios and putting a wet blanket on everything here. But I need to see a little bit more in terms of the official plans, financials, and everything else going into this before I get very, very excited about it, because I don't want to get overhype something that's not going to happen again. We've been duped by it before, and if it does happen, I will be very excited. I will be pumping the tires of new teams, expansion, everything else. I think it's great for the sport, but I just need to see a little bit more. What are you guys' thoughts on going south in terms of the expansion for hockey?
Well, I like it, and I think it's funny you mentioned that Alaska team from a few years back, because at that pond hockey tournament, one of our extra skaters was on that team.
Oh, no.
And yeah, that's still a little bit of a stinger because they didn't have a tournament. That
Yeah.
team probably was good enough to play in the NCAA
100%.
tournament, and
100%.
yeah, I mean, it still rubs them wrong to this day, and it's been 2 years. So I think you've hit it on the head. It's gonna be tough as an independent coming into playing in NCAA hockey, but I would love to see more teams, and I wish Illinois would have gotten a chance to,
Same.
because
Yeah.
I mean, you get Illinois, you get a team like Oregon on the other side of the spectrum, on that side of the coast. And the Big Ten could have even more teams in their conference because it's still kind of light in that conference. I mean, 7 teams, I believe it is. It's like Okay, 2 of them are usually dog shit every year. We're seeing it with the Gophers this year, and I don't think Notre Dame's that great either. So it's
No.
like
Notre Dame stinks,
you got 2 shitty teams there. Ohio State really ain't that great either. So
Yeah.
they're middling. Yeah, I would love to see some growth, and I think if Oklahoma State gets a team, plenty of other programs should be getting a shot too. So
Yeah, and on top of that, like like you mentioned,
Growing
growing
it.
the game. Like hockey is still so underplayed now. Granted, it's $7 billion to
Yeah,
fucking
it's a
play
lot.
right now. But
Yeah.
what I'm most excited about is, dude, their jerseys, their club jerseys have been so epic. Like you see them online, you're like, dude, those are just phenomenal. And
100%.
I could easily see them being one of those teams that like maybe it has like a 4,000, 5,000 person arena and just packs it out
Yeah.
every single night
Yeah.
That's
because
all you
their
need.
football team stinks.
yeah. Well,
Like
hey, they got tarpless student sections sometimes though. That was
that
pretty
was
cool.
that was great.
That was pretty
video.
cool. Watch your shitty football team 1-10 in Oklahoma. Like, oh yikes, those guys can't be too happy down there.
No. Yeah. You had mentioned Oregon. I think Oregon and Washington. Oregon has
Yeah.
enough money to fund 6 other programs. I think the biggest problem with Oregon has to do with Title IX stuff. So if they bring in another D1 program for men, they have to address something for women's. And
Okay.
Hockey
I don't
team.
know. Well, I don't know enough about the intricacies of that. If they even have women's club hockey, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
And what that would entail. But yes, I do think Oregon could do it. Washington would make a lot more sense as well. The Kraken, invigorating the hockey, the thirst for hockey, if you will,
Yeah.
out in that area would make a lot of logical sense for me. You can kind of lure a bunch of those Northwestern Canadian players down to play college hockey because that window is open now for the transfer from Canadian kids to the college game. I think that makes a ton of sense. I'm just waiting for a couple more to jump in there. And you had mentioned Notre Dame. One thing I will say, Notre Dame does stink this year. There's no 2 ways about it. They're not like the worst 5 teams in the league, but they're certainly the worst in the Big Ten. That's going to change very soon. I don't know if you've looked at the U18 roster for the development program. There are, I think, 6 guys that are committed to Notre Dame right now. One of them being AJ Francisco from Hermantown, who I
Okay.
was not thrilled to see was not.
Yeah,
going to be
that's a tough one there.
in following his dad,
Especially with God, I'm losing the word here. Pipeline that
Yeah.
they have straight to Minnesota Duluth.
yeah.
Speaking of
And I
Minnesota Duluth, what would you have to say to a certain
Yeah,
commenter
Veach.
that said, "How about them dogs, Veach?" Thumbs down emoji. Then, them dogs need to take a lap, Veach.
What I would say is based on the results from last weekend, I would agree. But in response to my response is that's the first time they've been swept all year. That's
Correct.
The first time that they have not gotten a win all year, and they still got a point out of the deal. And
Yeah.
I would say that they played better on the Saturday or on Saturday than the Western Michigan team. So am I worried about Minnesota Duluth? No.
No.
I am not. I think they are still, let me check really quick. They are
Well,
still,
that was also coming from a North Dakota fan, so I mean,
yeah. I could have guessed.
yeah.
They're still 6th in the NPI right now and 7th or 8th, depending on which poll you look at. They're top 10 team by whatever metric you want to say. They've got the number 1 leader in points, the only person to sit at 40 or above right now in Max Plant, and the number 1 in assists in Jason Shagabe. Zam Plant is right up there as well. Those 3 guys are in the top 4. There's a tie for 4 for a couple different guys in all of college hockey for points. So that line is absolutely dominant and incredible. And I am worried for the couple of weeks coming up here when Adam Guyon is going to be playing in the Olympics, and we've got a backup goaltender in there. But I will say, our backup goaltender has 2 wins under his belt, so I don't want to make that more than it is. And Michigan right now is playing with a backup goaltender because their starter got hurt, and they're doing just fine. So they're all college hockey players. They all were very highly touted coming out. It's just a different kind of play style and what you can give up or rely on when it comes to a goaltender.
Yeah, so people got to realize too, these guys are all, like you said, college hockey players. If you've played hockey and you've seen the level it takes to play at that level, you're like, these guys are all fucking sick, dude. They're all good. They're all more than capable. And yeah, I agree with you there. I think it'll hurt them a little bit, but it ain't gonna hurt them that much. Michigan called up the club goalie
I would say, shut up, Cam. You're lying to us right now.
Well, here's the thing. I wouldn't be that surprised. My brother played at White Bear Lake in 2019, and his goalie, when he went to college, he went to Mankato, wasn't playing hockey, right?
Yeah.
Well, one of their goalies, something happened to him. This is when McKay was there. So two of the backup goalies ended up going down. They had an open tryout, and this kid was like their backup goalie for the rest of that season behind him. I was like, dude, you see that? Voss is up there playing. His name was Evan Voss. He was playing backup goalie for Mankato, and they're going on that run. So it was really cool to see.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would not be surprised if that happened. If they,
I wouldn't be surprised because their starter got injured, and all it takes is one other injury or ineligibility or whatever to say, "Oh crap, we only have 3 players on the entire roster. We need somebody."
Yeah.
And that's honestly what happened. I don't remember if it was Mercyhurst or somebody else, and I'm just going to say it was Mercyhurst, so I don't. It might have been Merrimack, one of those 2 M schools. At the beginning of the year, they had a goalie who was ineligible because he played quote unquote pro games overseas, so he had to sit out the first 3 or 4 games.
Oh, come on. In the new landscape, fucks that even matter? We got NBA players that are playing college basketball.
Honestly, it made me furious when I heard it, and partially because Adam Guyon had to sit out to start last year. But like, we have guys who are playing for Bemidji and Quinnipiac and a multitude of other schools, Omaha, Bowling Green, who played real minutes in the ECHL and other professional leagues last year. And I'm just like, I'm not talking like a couple of minutes here or there. Like, they played 60 games.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why are we punishing guys that were like on a pro team for like a backup or like a charity event or whatever over there? It's crazy to me.
College sports are crazy in general right now. I mean, we have so much shit going on in all the landscape of every sport. It's like you got rappers playing fucking football that are 27, and we got, like I said,
that's playing in Alabama for basketball right now.
Dude, and at Baylor. Dude is drafted 18th overall, and now he's playing college basketball. I'm like, hold the fucking phone here. So what? Yeah. So now, do they lose the rights? Does the NBA team lose those rights? Or is it kind of like
sign them? Because I don't think they did.
I'm pretty sure he was, because he left. It was an injury thing, and he's like, I'm gonna go back to college. And okay, I'd have to look it up, dude. This is off the cuff. I just saw it on Twitter. I was like, this is fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, that's wild. But back to Merrimack or Mercyhurst, whichever one it was. A goalie that was ineligible, and then a goalie got hurt crazy in practice or something and was out for a couple of weeks, and then their other goalie got hurt in a game, and so they were starting their club goalie. And I don't even know if it was their club goalie. It was a club goalie. A
club goalie from somewhere.
Yeah. And it was crazy. And they had, they're not very good teams to start with here, but like they had a decent run for, somebody that wasn't expecting to play quote unquote competitive hockey in the season, to have to play a Hockey East schedule. And I was like, oh man, that's impressive and going to be a lifelong memory, regardless of how you actually 100%. Do for that one kid.
Yep.
So on one hand, it's very exciting. On the other hand, it's incredibly frustrating for coaches and everybody else. But
no one knows.
Yeah.
No one knows anymore. It's a crapshoot all the way around.
Yeah. So I don't want to ramble on too long. So I just want to give a quick rundown of where everything sits right now in terms of the polls and NPI. The state of Michigan is 1, 2, 3. Michigan State, Western Michigan. I think this is the 3rd week in a row we've had some variation of those 3 at the top.
Sick.
We're seeing all sorts of discourse online of, oh, you're the state of hockey. Look at Michigan.
Shut up.
This is the first time you've been able to say that ever. Like Minnesota when you had the Gophers and the Bulldogs.
Michigan, you guys literally didn't play Western Michigan in a game a few years ago. Shut the hell up.
Yeah, and throw a Mankato in there as well. Whatever. The other response I'll have to that, it's not one I like to use unless I absolutely have to, is Minnesota has all of these programs, UMD and Bemidji and Mankato and whatever. They have men's and women's hockey.
Yes.
Michigan, there are 0 women's hockey teams in the state of Michigan. You are cowards. You don't know how to run a honorable university is what I was looking for. If that wasn't,
very, very obvious. Yeah. I mean, shit, even from the fucking football coach this year, they're not running a tight ship over there, guys.
Yeah. So I don't want to hear anything about you being the new state of hockey or anything.
You're not the state of anything. Shut up.
You are respectable, but you will never be the best.
No.
So past those three, we get into kind of some familiar faces: North Dakota, Penn State, Quinnipiac, UMD, Wisconsin. Those are teams that for the last 4 or 5 years here you're used to seeing up there. Maybe not Duluth because they had 3 bad seasons in a row, but like in the last decade you're used to seeing them up there. And then you get into the middle here where everybody is used to these teams: Providence, Cornell, Denver, usually higher. They're having a middle of the road season this year.
Yeah, just a middle of the road, still top, whatever.
The middle of the road. It's a bad season
It
for
is.
them. And
It
they're
is.
11.
No, I
It's
agree
crazy.
with you. Yeah.
UConn basketball school. They were a basketball school last year and they were doing really well. So they're kind of shifting their focus here a little bit. Boston College, notably the only Boston school on here. Dartmouth, and then you get into some of the new teams: St. Thomas, Augustana, Maine, Minnesota State, Michigan Tech, St. Cloud State. So
well, Veach, I will say about the UMass schools, they're too busy dropping the fucking gloves and fighting. So I mean, I don't think they really care about being in the rankings right now if you're doing that shit.
100%. So what I wanted to say, and this is the USCHO rankings, going from the bottom up, you've got, of the 6 teams in Minnesota, St. Cloud State, Minnesota State, St. Thomas, UMD. The only 2 missing are Bemidji, who is getting honorable mention votes or receiving votes, and then Minnesota. Minnesota is right now, according to the poll, the lowest ranked team in the state. Thoughts?
Rightfully so. They are brutal, right? And I get it. Tough schedule. They came back. I think they had Penn State, Michigan State, and I don't know who the other school was, but lost a lot in a row here. Silver lining is, like I mentioned earlier, it's a small conference. Advance through that first weekend, you got single games. Who the fuck knows? But I don't see them making any sort of run. They are a shell of the former teams that we've seen. I still don't agree with people calling for Moscow's head at all.
That's crazy, in my opinion.
I just don't understand that. We're a young team. They're going to get better. If they can keep these guys here another year, it's going to be better next season. I mean, it's the bottom line. They need to find a damn goalie, and they got Carter Casey out of Grand Rapids, which I love. That kid is a stud. Watched him beat my White Bear Lake Bears a few years in the state tournament. That guy was standing on his fucking head.
I interact with, I used to, I guess I don't anymore because I don't see many Medicine Hat games right now. I interact with him and his dad online, and incredible kid, incredible family. I was not furious. I was upset to see he wasn't following the trend of Grand Rapids goalies going to UMD.
Yep.
I can't be that mad with Guyon at UMD, and who knows how long he's going to be there. There's a good pipeline, whatever. I am excited to see him stay in the state of Minnesota. Grand Rapids is basically going to either UMD or Minnesota traditionally.
Sure.
So happy to see that they're actually getting another Iron Range kid for the first time in God knows how long.
Well, then the Cullen brother. I know I don't know if that's quite Iron Range.
That's not Iron Range.
But hey, it's a northern. It's a still seeing Moorhead though coming to the U2. I mean, it's been a little bit. So
yeah. So I am excited to see him. I think he is going to be an incredible lift. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It was supposed to be a down year for the Gophers. Nobody expected it to be this down.
Right.
And that's one thing to be said. But like you mentioned, goaltending is certainly a part of that. And the new recruits next year, I would be shocked if they're not at minimum a 500 team next year in the first year for a big freshman class.
Right.
Going over to the NPI, it doesn't change much from top to bottom. There's no real head scratchers in terms of what was it, 3 or 4 or 5 weeks ago now, probably back to the holiday break when Dartmouth was sitting at number 1, even though they only played 8 games.
Yeah,
I had correctly called them as being fraudulent, and if you go look at the rankings, I'm going to try and do it the way it's showing on the screen here. They were, number one because they just hadn't lost the game yet. And the second they got into, a real schedule, they just dropped off a cliff. So, whatever on that front. The cut line that I'm seeing right now is right after 15 because the Atlantic Hockey winner is going to take that 16th spot, and then it's going to be the top 15 after that. And then I really do think there's going to be somebody that is not in the top 12, we'll say, that wins the Big Ten Conference. Maybe not. I'll take that back. That's going to win the Hockey East Conference. That's going to win the CCHA. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. and that's going to win the ECAC. So those are 3 extra spots. So 15, 14, and 13 are all going to be taken up by conference winners that aren't already in that top 12. So you have to be 12 or above going into the playoffs, in my opinion, this year, as it stands right now, if you want to be confident about where you are, which is a tall task. 12 teams is not a lot. And like I said, UMD is sitting at 6th right now. I wouldn't say I'm super comfortable, especially with, like I said, Adam Guyon going out and having to play for his country in the Olympics and a tough NCHC schedule. They've got Denver this upcoming weekend, and that's going to be another big test going into the break there. I already touched on national scoring leaders, bragged a little bit about UMD there. The other one that I wanted to mention, Michigan Tech. They've got this kid. I don't know if it's Steven or Stiven or Stiven or whatever.
Stefan.
Yeah, whatever. Coming out of nowhere, because Michigan Tech looked pretty bad to start the season, and they are competitive in the CCHA right now. And he's only 4 points behind Max Plant. Now, what I will say, and CCHA fans are going to hate when I say this, is you're playing CCHA schools.
Mm-hmm.
And normally I would say you can't fix it. You play who you play, whatever. But Northern Michigan is having maybe the worst hockey season that they've had in 12 years. And Bowling Green is having a horrendous year. And you've got Ferris State, and you've got like these people who you expect to sweep every single weekend. And if you don't, it's a disappointment. Whereas the Big Ten doesn't really have that. Maybe if you're playing Notre Dame, you could say that. NCHC doesn't really have that. Miami's not even in that same category anymore because they've won some really good games this year. The ECAC, they've got that. But the top 5 schools are all pretty competitive with one another. And then Hockey East is a crapshoot. Anybody can beat anybody. So that's my defense I'll give if anybody is thinking about giving away their vote from Max Plant for the Hobie to Stiven or Steven or whatever. And right now, that's the only one that I would say would be a runner because he's a senior for that award, because you can give him a pity vote for being old and not having another run at it.
Sure.
That sounds mean. I don't mean that. Old guys deserve love too, but only if they deserve it. Upcoming games this weekend series. Minnesota, I don't know why I'm previewing this one because they stink. They're playing Wisconsin, border battle. It is a rivalry series. It's at Minnesota. It should be a good atmosphere there. I don't know that it will be. I don't know what else is going on. Nobody can really walk around to the frats and binge drink or do anything stupid on campus anyway right now. There's plenty of need for distraction, so you might as well go see a hockey game.
Well, they're gonna need to be distracted because currently the U's basketball team, the Gophers, are fucking boat racing Wisconsin right now. I mean,
are they really?
Yeah, they're beating the shit. I think it's 30-15 right now, just off the cuff. I mean, it's basketball. That's easily a closable lead, but still, to start a game.
This is a hockey podcast. We're not going to talk about basketball, but we are. Basketball gets enough shine as it is nationally, but
sure.
I will talk about it. I was on the road. It must have been last week, and I was watching Minnesota play Ohio State, and they were winning for a good chunk of that game. And the fact that they gave it up and lost and then just got throttled basically in overtime was embarrassing.
Yeah, it sucks. They're so much better, though, this year than last. I mean, you can at least tune in and watch them. I mean, they're competitive in almost every game they've played and not a lot of blowouts, so we'll take it. We will definitely take that.
Yeah. Other Big Ten series to watch: Michigan State, Penn State, top 5 matchup there.
Is that outdoors? They're gonna do is that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they at least one of the games. I don't know.
Saturday, maybe.
I think it's Saturday because the Friday game that I'm looking at right now says 6:00 Eastern, and it doesn't have any special notes as being not at their home rink. So I'd have to look at what the Saturday one says.
Arena looks great. That outdoor rink looks amazing.
It does. Yeah, I think they did a really good job with it. I hope they bring some of that same atmosphere that they wanted to have for football to hockey, since football fizzled out in September.
Yeah, they lost a cup. They lost to Northwestern. That was it.
Yeah.
Season.
Atlantic hockey. It's Atlantic hockey. Watch it if you want to. I don't want to disparage them too much, but there's nobody that's going to win the national championship coming out of the Atlantic. ECAC, nobody good is playing anybody good. Dartmouth has Union. Brown has a new head coach. I think their head coach stepped down. I don't know what that was for, whether it was health or family reasons, but something to keep an eye on there. Harvard plays RPI. Quinnipiac plays St. Lawrence. Cornell plays Yale. Those should all be wins for the teams that should be winning. The big one in Hockey East this weekend, BC versus BU. Obviously, BU not mentioned in the rankings. They are outside of the national top 20. They are 23, I think, maybe 22 in the NPI rankings. Despite that, they still have a plus 1,800 ticket to win the national championship, which is insane. That's higher than the Bulldogs. It's higher than, I think it's 10th. They're the 10th highest team in terms of odds
money
to
on the
win
Bulldogs.
national championship.
Yeah, seriously.
Hey,
Yeah, you could. Yeah,
that's good value. Good value.
Yeah, it is good value. I can't argue with that.
Good value.
But the fact that BU has those high of odds to win a national championship, despite the fact that they probably won't even make the tournament, is insane. If you're betting on BU to win the national championship, you're burning money.
Yeah, I mean, you should probably call the number.
Yeah. I don't know what the number is for Minnesota, but call the number.
Yeah, call the number.
The Bulldogs play Denver. That's a top, technically 11 matchup, probably 10 if you go by the USA Hockey rankings. Like I mentioned, that's a big one. UMD lost 2 in a row, only got 1 point last weekend. They played Denver well. Historically, David Carl and Sandy kind of go back and forth in terms of how they approach those games. It's going to be a little bit different this time around because UMD is the team that's got the higher scoring and the propensity or the want to play fast. So it'll be interesting to see how David Carl comes back and combats that, whether he just goes punch for punch or if he tries to play a possession game and it kind of is roles reversed from what it's been in the past couple of years. If there's anybody from St. Cloud State watching, I'm sorry you're still there, but you do play Miami this week as well. That should be a couple of nice wins for you now that you've joined the national rankings at 20. They're a sneaky good team. I think they just had a really nice win against Denver last weekend on Saturday. I think they split that series, but they're kind of crawling up under the radar, if you will. And then Minnesota State plays Ferris State. Bemidji State plays Northern Michigan. Those should be wins for the Minnesota schools there. And then the biggest series in the CCHA, St. Thomas. It's at St. Thomas. Another one. If you're in the Twin Cities area, go watch that one. If you can't make it to Minnesota, if you want like a cheaper ticket, go check out the new arena. I'm going to try and give you as many excuses as you can to go watch hockey this weekend. Michigan Tech coming to town. So big series for conference points there. I think the winner of that one is going to be the front runner to take the CCHA regular season trophy McNaughton Cup. And that is all the notes I have on college hockey this week.
There we go.
I love it, Veach, dude. God, you know your shit, man.
I pretend to.
Hey, we always enjoy the college hockey segment. Let's fire off some wild takes and end this thing up. We're actually able to end a show here for
first time in a long time.
But I'm going to kick it off. I'm going to pump my own tires. One of my wild takes from earlier this season has hit officially. One of the former Viking quarterbacks will be playing in the Super Bowl. It is Sam Darnold. And now I'm going to take a shit on Sam Darnold. This Super Bowl gives me, it does nothing for me. This Super Bowl does absolutely nothing for me. And I know we've been craving a new matchup and a new whatever and new blood, but these two teams have played in my lifetime in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Sam Darnold turned the fucking ball over more than any quarterback in the NFL this season. And you got a Patriots team.
Is that true?
Yes. Yes. 22 turnovers. It's more than anybody else.
More than Geno?
Fumbles and interceptions?
Yes, fumbles, interceptions. Yes.
That's probably why.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, well, yes. I don't think he has many interceptions this year, but he fumbled the ball a fuck ton. And on the other side of it, look, Patriots, it's fun. Drake May, it's good for the league. You draft a young, good quarterback. We saw it, obviously, with Mahomes, taking him to multiple Super Bowls for the Chiefs. This is good. It's good for the league. They also didn't play anybody all season long. That might have been the worst schedule. Someone did a video going through every quarterback they played this year, and I was like, are you fucking joking? This is pathetic. And in the playoffs, I don't think they played one competent offense. Yeah, Justin Herbert, Well, it's playoff Justin Herbert, and that guy just
Well,
forgets how to play football in the
He also got
playoffs.
sacked 7 times.
Exactly.
Justin Herbert with like 2 offensive linemen.
Yeah,
and a couple
exactly.
Scrubs.
And then you got C.J. Stroud, who just threw the ball to the other team 5 times or 4 times in that game. And then Jarrett, that game. I mean, you might as well
It's
just
a
throw it out.
pity.
Stidham just threw the ball on the ground in one of them and let him have the ball at the 13-yard line. Don't know what he was doing there.
That changed the entire game. If that
It
one
did.
play didn't
Yes.
happen, Denver probably wins.
Yeah.
Regardless of if Sean Payton
Exactly.
goes for it on 4th and 1 or not.
Exactly. So just something about it, man. It again, there are some cool aspects, but to me, it's just such a lame Super Bowl. Like, I would have much rather seen the Bills get out of there somehow.
Please,
Well, maybe if the
seriously.
refs went to fucking, I still don't understand that interception call they made, and then the next day Devontae Adams does the exact same play. And the Bears don't get the benefit of the doubt with their interception. It's like, well, good for that because I hate the Bears, but it's like, just have some consistency. Not a fan. I think it's a weak Super Bowl, and that's my wild take. This is a very weak Super Bowl.
I noticed you didn't comment on Stephon Diggs as far as the Patriots and what your opinion is there.
How is he playing football? Like, was he not just like, okay.
You can beat women and still play.
Yeah, I
It's
guess
cool.
you can just get felony choking out women charges, and you're still playing
Unbelievable,
into
dude.
the fucking postseason and Super Bowl. What a joke that is.
Has he been charged officially? I guess
I
it is-
don't know, but either
was it?
way, as a franchise, don't you think it's like, okay, yeah. Maybe,
Nah, dude, if you can
maybe not the
ball.
guy. Yeah, no, hey, Super Bowl on the line. Hey, get out there.
Yeah, dude, whatever. Guy's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, no, I didn't mention him.
He
That guy's
ruined
an idiot.
he ruined a hell of a storyline for a guy that the picture that sits in my mind is when he was in Buffalo and he sat out there and watched the confetti come down. It's like
Yeah,
that picture would have done absolute numbers
Yes.
for a slow storyline before the game. I can see Lisa Salters or somebody interviewing him.
oh,
sit
they
down, black
touching that
background.
now.
They're not touching it now. Yeah, that just absolutely ruined
Yeah.
what was a sure storyline.
Yeah. Well, who wants to go next?
I
You
can.
go ahead, Sarge.
I can. My wild take is the Blackhawks are gonna fucking break this streak. They play the Wild twice, back-to-back games in March. They're splitting the series, boys. They're fucking doing it. They've had the recipe to start the games. They gotta finish one of these fucking games, dude.
How embarrassing that that's a wild take.
Shut up.
My team is
Shut
going to
up.
beat you in a regular season game.
Eat my ass, dude.
Hey, you guys dominated us in the postseason for so long. It's only right.
Dude,
Here's my question: if it's early March, are those the first games back after the Olympics?
no, they are like mid-March.
No,
Mid-March.
you know who the Wild get to come back and play right away, Veach?
Colorado.
Colorado.
Oh, okay.
That's our first game back. Right out of the break. You know, that'll be fun.
Hopefully,
Lot
all
of
their
fun.
guys, they're all Canadian. Hopefully, they're tired. I hope they go to the gold medal game and lose
Yeah.
in disastrous fashion.
Yeah, well.
To the U.S. hopefully.
Yeah, to the U.S. That's going to be a great tournament. We can hit on that next episode, though, before leading into it.
Yep.
All right, Veach, what do you got?
Oh, what do I got here? I don't know why it won't scroll to the last page. I'm panicking. What did I write down?
Ah! This was me last week. Me and Sarge are like, you want to go? I don't have one.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Do I want to go? So I just came up with something off the cuff. I don't
Okay,
even remember
well,
what I said.
It's frozen on my end. So I'm learning that the freezing is likely just a my computer problem, which I should have known to begin with. But
Okay.
my wild take. The Wild will trade for a number 1 center before the trade deadline comes. I hope it's not at the expense of Wally or Gus for that matter. I don't want to lose a guy like Hartman or somebody else if we can avoid it, but
True.
somebody's got to go to make room. So I do anticipate that is coming more likely than not. So I don't know that that's necessarily a wild take.
It could be. I mean, that's a big trade if they go out and get a bona fide number 1 center to put up there. So,
Yeah, we'll go with that for this week.
all right. Well, we thank everybody who tuned in today. I'm going to hold up these.
Yeah. Get.
There we are. Hey, how about you guys go out to the website and buy up some nice Minnesota? I can't fucking do this.
Do one at a time. It's too hard.
I was gonna say, just look at the
Other
camera.
side.
I'm trying, but it's like you're in the way. There we go. There's one. And there's some beautiful, Minnesota hockey hats, North Star colors on there. Go out to the website and get you some. Also, buy our beer.
Woo!
Fucking A, dude. I am
Yeah, you
stoked.
are.
There we are. Hey.
I love it. Thanks everyone for tuning
Yeah,
in.
thanks
We
for
freaking
tuning
love ya.
in.